Hi, fourth graders. This is Ms. Kovarik, and I am here to show you how we're going to be working with science fair. So first of all, scroll down to science, and today is our Tuesday lesson. So you have two different links in here today. So your science fair template, see how this says Google Slides underneath it? This is going to be the Google Slides that you're going to be putting your entire slideshow into for your science fair project. So this link will be going back to every day in science for the next couple weeks. So I will show you how to access that in the future, but for right now, you're just going to click on this template and it's going to open up to this blank page for you. Now, there are 6 slides. We're only going to be working on these slides one day at a time. So only go to the slides that we tell you to go to each day. Please don't delete any slides and please don't change anything unless we tell you to. Okay? And then the second form we're going to work with today is our Google form. All right, so today we're going to focus on choosing our project and writing our question. So the first thing you're going to do is go to this website and find a project you are interested in. Look at the materials and make sure you can get them all. So this is going to take you to our Science Buddies website. You can scroll through all of these experiments. You can also meet with a teacher, and Miss K has already made a list right here for you. So as you can see here, I already made a long list of some experiments that you guys can do, and the links are here. So if you meet with a teacher on Zoom, we can look through them with you and find one that works best for you. Also notice that we are only allowing 2 students to do each project. So first come, first serve. If you decide to do one and it's already taken by 2 students, you will not be able to do that project. So meet with a teacher as soon as possible to get your project approved and get your name written down. All right? So basically, when you click on an experiment, it's going to bring you to the summary. So this is where it tells you your objective, which is right here, and your abstract. That's just going to be basically what this experiment is about. You can go into materials, and this will tell you all of the materials that you need to complete the experiment. So before you choose it, you want to look through and make sure that you either have those materials at home or there's something that you can get from your parents or someone else in your family. And then you're going to click on procedure, and this is going to tell you how to do the experiment. It gives you pictures, which is really cool, but you're definitely going to need support from someone at home, your parents. You can get on Zoom and do the experiment with a teacher, but you can't do this totally by yourself. You're going to need some adult help, okay? So once you have your project, you're going to click OK. If you're one of the few people that already met with Miss K and already asked me what you want to do, you're going to click I already chose my project. But please make sure you actually met with us and we wrote your name down. Otherwise, you did not choose your project. Okay, so you're going to tell me what is the name of the project you picked. So if this is the one you want, I would write what makes ice melt fastest. Okay. Number 2, did you get your project approved by a teacher? If not, you must have your project approved before you start. So I now at this point would log on to Zoom. I would get onto office hours with Miss Williams, with Miss Figueroa. I would join Miss K's live lesson so I can talk to her after. Or I would have mom or dad message your teacher on Dojo to see if it's okay. So if you did that, you're going to click yes. If you did not, you're going to click no, and then you need to do that as soon as you submit your form. Otherwise, somebody might take your project and then it will be gone. Now we're going to create a question. So your question for your science experiment is, what is your experiment going to answer? So in this case, we're looking at what makes ice melt fastest, but we need to look at what we are using. So they said salt, sugar, and sand. So basically, I am testing, does salt, sugar, or sand, not sad, melt ice the fastest? So notice how I have my variables in here. My variables are what I'm testing. So I'm testing putting salt, sugar, and sand, and the action that I'm doing is trying to melt the ice. So this question here is what your experiment is going to answer. And as always, if you need help writing that question, please get on Zoom. Miss K teaches science every day, and Miss Williams and Miss Figueroa are always available for office hours. All right, and lastly, we're going to go to our slideshow, and we're going to type in our topic and our question. So we are only looking at the first and second slide today. So your slide number 1, I highlighted everything you need to change. So you're just going to click that and add your title. So whatever you want to title your project, this project you might want to make it say melting ice, or race to melt ice, something along those lines. So let's say that, the race to melt ice. Now, once you've entered this in and you don't want it highlighted anymore, you're just going to highlight the whole text. And then right up here, you can see this little highlighter button. Click that, and you're going to click transparent, and that will make that go away. All right? Don't worry about the font. Don't worry about the background, because next week we're going to give you a whole entire lesson on how to change your background and how to make your slides unique. Okay? So don't worry about the font, don't worry about the size, don't worry about the colors. Just focus on typing in your information for this point. Next, you're going to type in your name. So just click on that, type in your name, and then you are all going to have a number assigned to you. We will take care of that though, so don't worry about the number. One of us will go in and type that for you, or we will do it with you on Zoom. All right, so your title, your name, and then we'll go to the question. So this is where you're going to type in your question. And I gave you my example here. So I gave an example for a jazz music experiment. So this question was, does playing jazz music help tomato plants grow larger? So I'm telling you what I'm doing. My variable is playing jazz music, and then my action is helping tomato plants grow larger. So make sure in your question you have your variables and you have the action. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to right click, copy, and then click on that and Velcro it in. And copy paste is super easy to do on your Chromebook. You're going to do Control C to copy. You see the little control button? Oh, come on, this guy. Over here. So right here at the bottom of your keyboard, we have a little control button. So if you highlight it, Control C at the same time, that will copy it. And then Control V will paste it to where you want it to go. Just a little hint. You can always just retype it. Okay, so now I have my question in my Google Slides. I have my title. I have my name. So I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to click yes, and I'm going to submit. All right. So today, remember, just focus on slides 1 and 2. Please don't touch anything else. We will walk you through this process the entire way. All right. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, 4th grade.